Hello, my name is Candle Kitchens, and welcome back to Outside the Box. Today I'm going to be talking about ethicality in online and social media. So the primary issue that is being kind of arisen in online, just the online realm, to me personally, is data ownership and individual property rights in a virtual space. That can be something as broad as personal identifiable information, or even stuff like the content that you own and create. I think a lot of the concerns that have arisen nowadays is mainly due to that complaint, especially when you view it in the context of generative artificial intelligence, or stuff that is pulling from pre-existing content that other people have made without their permission. And I think that the main concern that we need to address with this is creating laws that enforce online property rights. Like, we have a really severe issue of people going and doing all kinds of online theft of data, yes, but we also have companies that when you go and input their information to sign up for their services or just sign up to have a profile on them, it's taking that data and and your online activity and selling it to advertising companies or to other places where it could potentially be leaked, or you feel like you're constantly being tracked. And it's done in a very subtle way so that a lot of people don't realize what it is they're getting into. And I think the main thing we can do is create laws that say, I own my property, I own my intellectual property. It cannot be used by these companies. I do not want people selling my data. I do not want people to profit off of my personal information, and just kind of going through and making those distinctive lines instead of leaving things up to interpretation or leaving things just kind of floating in the void. I think it's even where we get a lot of people, like when we had the potential TikTok ban earlier this year, or this year, last year, whenever it was, in very recent times. The main issue was that China controls the TikTok servers, and people were worried about U.S. intelligence getting out that way. And obviously, I'm very glad about how we're still able to use the platform, but at the same time, we shouldn't have had to have that discussion in the first place if those proper rules and outlines were already created to say this app is not going to be able to access government information just from you having it on a phone, you know? And so I think it's just a very tricky thing, especially in the sense of, especially the US is very prone to corporate greed and is going to want to err towards the side of profitability rather than security and privacy laws. So it's just going to be finding a line of, we understand that you want to profit off of this, but people's personal information and safety is at risk without it. So I think that's how we're going to best address that kind of thing. That's all I have. Thank you for listening.